only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
Hello and welcome back to another video. So I'm filming this before I post the video of the quarter mile time, so I really hope you guys enjoyed that video. You can check it out over here if you haven't seen that. I really enjoyed the video, and there's some numbers because everybody wants to know how fast the car is. It's not that fast, but it sounds fast. At the end of that video, I also said that I want to get the car on the dyno, and I really want to do that in this video. But we still have starting issues. Look at how shiny she is. Gave it a wash yesterday. But yeah, let me get it on charge because I'm going to mess around on the ECU. Not that I know what I'm doing, but I'm going to give it a go. Last night I kind of got to thinking that maybe the car is overfueling on the cold start. The ECU has a function to where you can give it a bit more fuel when it's colder. I think it's getting way too much fuel on that. And that's because we had the leak in the intake manifold, more air, more fuel. So that kind of threw it off. Now that I got that fixed, we need to change the settings on the cold start. You guys know I suck at explaining things, so I'm just going to show you real quick what I want to do, and we'll see if that works. So firstly, I'm using a PowerMods ECU. Not the most expensive, but I'm really happy with it, and I would buy it again. Very simple. You tell it what to do, and it does it. But when you have things changing, like the leak on the intake manifold, this ECU won't change the fueling according to that. And then over here, if you go to the map screens, correction maps, fuel correction maps, there we have it. Now there you can see it gives a bit more fuel the colder it gets. So I'm going to tame this down a lot. And I'm going to start at the bottom. 10 degrees, I'm going to give it 0.2. Next one, I'm going to give it 0.5. Next one, 0.7. Next one, 0.9. So that's a lot less fuel. So let's see what it does. Let's get the fuel pump on. Okay, well, at least it started. It's cold. It's about 14 degrees Celsius outside. Believe me, it started way easier with a lot less fuel. So I hope you kind of understand what I did there, but it doesn't matter. It worked, so I'm pretty excited. So now we can head over to Lance. I do not have an appointment, but hopefully he isn't too busy today and we can get the car on the dyno. Let's go get some fuel and get on the road. Gas is so expensive. We are probably the last generation that'll be able to have turbo cars. Real sad. an opening, so we made an appointment. It's a couple of hours later, but we're heading to the dyno. So yeah, let's see what she does.
Several days later.
What a freaking experience. That first pull literally scared the crap out of me. It sounds like it wants to blow up or take off. But let's talk about the numbers for a sec. So we ended up making 245 kilowatts, this much horsepower, and 479 Newton meters of torque. And that was at 0.64 bar of boost. This much PSI. When you look at the AFR reading, the car was running super rich. So we are thinking that's why it smoked a little bit, or actually a lot. Or the other thing it might be is the turbo. I am running a Chinesium turbo, so you never know. If you've been watching the videos for a while, you saw a little while ago that I cleaned the injectors. So yeah, the car definitely needs a retune, and then maybe we can turn the boost back up to 0.8 bar. So we've had the car on 0.8 bar boost right when we blew the head gasket, so maybe we'll turn it up to there again. And yeah, that 0.2 bar boost makes a huge difference. Like I've said before, I never built this to be the fastest car and definitely not the best looking car. But damn is it fun. And the noises, the camera doesn't do it justice at all. But now we finally have a baseline on the car, and I'm sure with just tuning we will hit the 500 Newton meter mark. The kilowatt or horsepower is how fast you hit the wall, and the torque is how far you take that wall with you. I think it's about 2 years ago now that I had the old engine in there, and I reduced the size of the supercharger pulley and also had the car on the dyno, and we ended up with this. I'm sure if we tune the car again and even leave the boost as it is, we should have doubled that number. And when you look at this engine, or the car that this engine came out of, they were 165 kilowatts from factory, but that's to the crank. So let's say you lose 20% through your transmission, that's 132 kilowatts. So once again, we almost doubled those numbers. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I did. Like always, I appreciate you watching, and then I'll see you in the next one.